Well, welcome to Oil Change 101, guys. Here it is, the Camaro 1999. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. How to change your oil by FP Tutorials. Go ahead and undo the hood right there. I'm going to come in here and find that latch. Here it is. There it is. Just kind of wiggle it. My hand's kind of out of the screen, but I can get it. There you go. You see it. All right, don't be intimidated. This thing is a big engine, but it's not that big. It's actually labeled to look pretty good. I mean, you know. All right, let's get started. Let's check the oil to make sure we know what we're dealing with here. These dirty little machines, that oil gets black, charred and carbon filled and steel filings and you name it. That oil is basically the lubricating blood of this engine. Keeps the thing running smoothly. Metal on metal doesn't work very well. Let me show you something here. Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty gross. Sludgy, nasty stuff. All right. So before you get started, make sure you have your supplies and everything in order before you don't want to have to go to the parts store before you have the job done. It kind of makes it inconvenient to take it off the jack and drive it down the road and get somewhere and you got to be prepared. Now, I'm going to keep this thing from rolling backwards. Go ahead and kick that in, kick this one in. Yeah, I mean, do it on the other side too. It'll make it a little easier on your car and on your sense of security. Now, I've got this 2-ton jack here. This thing is pretty powerful. There it is. See, look, the saddle goes right in that little crevice of the chassis. Yeah, you just slowly raise it, get the wheel off the ground. Just get enough room for yourself to get in there. If you're a fat guy, you might have to go a little higher up, but I think you'll be okay. Now, notice this. Some of these things have small washers around the drainage bolt. Part of your job here is to undo it before All right, so we're back, and camera's working still. Thank you, FP, for solid camera gear. And okay, let's go. Now you want to go lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Now, the left is going over the top. So if you were looking at that washer as a face of a clock, you're going to go counterclockwise. Now, if you're coming at it from behind, it might feel a little different. Now, I'm going to wiggle that right there. See, it's like a tooth. It's kind of like a tooth. Now you're going to take this bolt off and try to shoot it right down into the middle of the bin. It's a little game here. Let's figure this out. That's a game. We can make a game out of this. This is a fun game. There we go. Look at this. 1, 2. Now the pressure's starting to build. Now it is really starting to build, and it's going to come out pretty soon, pretty fast. So you got to work fast. Okay, here it goes. Oh, it's coming out. I'm telling you, that feels good. I think this is what it's all about. It's what it is all about. Now, if you drop the bolt in the oil, you should probably use a magnet to fish it out. Or use a funnel to catch it before it falls. It's up to you. Funnels are good because they do catch things. You just have to unloose, screw, and let it fly. All right. Now, let's look at this. This is what we have here to work with. Funny looking little device, but it's very useful. I'm going to stick this in the hole. I'm going to reach my arm down in there and find the oil filter. Now, there it is. And, luxury cars such as BMW, Mercedes, Volvos, they don't have screw-in type filter. So, they got different types of things going on. You might have to consult your manual to find out about that. But this is the general gist of it. Now, also, filters are in different spots of the engines. Sometimes they're in the front, back, or the side of the engine. So you just got to look, find it. That's part of the game. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead. I pulled that drain pan underneath, and here it goes. A little oil coming out, but that's all right. That's the way it is. I'm gonna keep going, and there it is. Okay. Just shake it out. Shake it, baby. Just shake it out. Now all that dirty oil and everything is gonna have to be recycled. So we take it back to our local parts store, and they usually have a little bin or some kind of collection unit, and they know what to do with it. Go ahead and put this back on and make sure it's clean. You just gotta make it clean. Oh, but not, your hands, they don't always stay clean. So we're gonna go ahead and crank this puppy up. You don't want to get it too tight though. You want to be nice to yourself, nice to your future self, because if you're the one that has to change it again, you don't want to have it so tight that it strips. That's a bummer. There it is, nice and tight. All right, here's your new filter, and here's your oil. Pretty simple. What we got to do is we want to lubricate the ring of your new filter. It just helps it seal better. Sometimes you want to pre-fill it with fresh oil before you install it. It'll make your car regain the proper pressure a little easier. But for the sake of this, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it right there in the front. Now make sure your threads don't go on crooked, because that can really make it difficult. That'll keep it from sealing properly. Don't cross the threads. I think that's the word for it. Don't cross your threads. Now just go hand tight. Here it is. There it is. One more. Oh, now I got it right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, right there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, good job, guy. All right, you're on there pretty good. You're pretty sealed too. I'm not worried about you, really. No problems. On without a hitch. Now, here's the mouth. Go ahead and it's time to fill her up. All right, put that somewhere you're not gonna have to chase after it, and let's grab our oil. Use only new oil. Don't ever pour in some old oil, because that's just going to mess your engine up. It just wouldn't make sense. That'd be silly. So here we are. I just kind of compressed the time a little bit. Amounts vary within the user's manual of your car. Now let's just do this real quick. The proper way to get a reading on your oil on the dipstick is on level surface, and if the engine's cold. So here we go, guys. Now, before anything, just check for parts, tools, and stray cats before you close the hood up. And start your car and let it run. Watch for the drips, and if you see any leaks or anything, just tighten up. Have fun. Thanks a lot.